Chapter 1: The Crumbling of the Legacy Media Empire. For decades, legacy media enjoyed an unparalleled influence over public opinion, setting the narrative for politics, culture, and society itself. With their carefully curated headlines, polished TV segments, and op-ed columns, they seemed untouchable. However, cracks in this media empire began showing as their echo chamber became blatantly skewed, leaning sharply leftward and aligning with the interests of the political establishment. Today, this previously monolithic voice feels outdated, and the walls of legacy media are visibly crumbling. Legacy media is now regularly accused of functioning less as a check on power and more as a megaphone for establishment interests. Whether it's dismissing alternative viewpoints or failing to cover stories that don't fit their agenda, their bias is as predictable as their headlines. This media machine's increasingly transparent support of establishment-friendly narratives, particularly democratic interests, has turned off swathes of audiences who see through the guise. Chapter 2: The Media Echo Chamber Effect. Legacy media's echo chamber effect operates much like a political version of Groundhog Day, with recycled talking points echoing in loop across networks. From one news outlet to the next, key stories are framed in predictable, often polarized language. Their collective support of certain narratives, such as unequivocal backing of democratic policies or downplaying events that challenge those policies, has turned them into a modern-day Pravda, projecting a hive mind that rarely challenges its own viewpoint. By doubling down on these strategies, they have alienated a large portion of the public, especially those critical of the political and corporate elites the media often shields. Elon Musk recently illustrated this by sharply pointing out that mainstream media has essentially become the press arm for a one-party state, amplifying a narrow range of narratives while censoring dissenting voices. Chapter 3: The Rise of Citizen Media. In the midst of this decay, citizen journalism has risen to fill the void left by legacy media. Social media platforms, independent websites, and alternative streaming services have become the new town square where diverse perspectives are freely discussed and debated. Here we see the rise of true diversity in thought, with voices from across the political spectrum challenging the established media narratives. Elon Musk himself has promoted the need for more transparency and free speech in media, underscoring the importance of open platforms like X, formerly Twitter, to counterbalance the legacy media's one-sided influence. Citizen journalists are leveraging new technology and platforms to share news and insights directly with the public. Some of the most significant political scoops and cultural narratives of today now come from the ground up, from individuals who aren't beholden to boardroom priorities, advertiser agendas, or White House or deep state agendas. Independent media outlets are reshaping how information is consumed, creating a sort of wild west of content, where audiences can explore multiple perspectives in a wide variety of formats, often unfiltered by corporate interests. In doing so, citizen media enables real-time accountability that legacy media, in all its bureaucracy and caution, has been unable to match. Chapter 4: Legacy media's existential crisis. As citizen media gains momentum, legacy media is scrambling to maintain relevance. Their traditional influence, rooted in television ratings and print circulation, is dwindling as more viewers turn to digital platforms and independent voices. Recent remarks by media executives highlight their concern that they've lost the power to influence elections and public opinion. This admission reflects the real fear that citizens, empowered by digital media, are becoming their own reporters and analysts, a trend legacy media feels powerless to stop. The Donald Trump effect certainly exemplifies this shift. Despite relentless negative coverage, Trump's political momentum underscored how little sway mainstream outlets have over certain voter bases. Chapter 5: Heralding a New Era of Information Freedom. The rise of citizen media indeed signifies a new era of free information exchange, where stories and perspectives aren't conveniently bottlenecked by a corporate political alliance. Unlike legacy media, which often filters information to fit a preferred narrative, citizen journalists are offering a raw, uncensored look at events that legacy media might ignore or distort. This shift empowers audiences to take control of the narratives they consume, choosing from a diverse array of sources rather than being spoon-fed a monolithic story. Musk's purchase of Twitter is a testament to this new age of information. Decentralization, advocating for a free exchange of ideas that transcends the corporate constraints of traditional media. This shift towards citizen-driven journalism and platforms that prioritize free speech not only challenges the iron-fisted gatekeeping model of legacy media, but also promotes a more democratic, transparent flow of information. Legacy media's last stand. The legacy media's days may be numbered, but they are unlikely to go down without a fight. As their influence wanes, they may attempt to co-opt or buy out popular independent platforms, assimilating them back into the establishment fold. Additionally, they may ramp up efforts to delegitimize citizen journalists through disinformation campaigns, painting them as conspiracy theorists or fake news creators. The stakes of this transition are high, with some analysts predicting that legacy media could attempt to push for stricter censorship regulations on social media under the guise of misinformation control. This is likely to fuel more conflict between old and new media as the legacy players attempt to reassert control over the information landscape. Epilogue. Embracing the future of citizen media. Citizen media's ascendancy is redefining the power dynamics of information in a profound way. With legacy media's influence dwindling and alternative voices gaining strength, we are moving toward a more transparent and accountable media landscape. Though legacy media will likely remain as a relic of the past, the citizen-driven model heralds a new era in which narratives are no longer monopolized by a few powerful interests. This shift isn't just about replacing old with new, it's about creating a more balanced media ecosystem where audiences are free to think critically, ask questions, and seek out the truth on their own terms. Thank you for watching. Please take a second to subscribe and share so others can understand the rapidly changing media landscape. Cheers!